Hello, Steeler Nation. Welcome to Strikers Inside Slant. What a crazy game. Finally, the defense found a way for us to win a football game, and a big divisional football game at that against the Cleveland Browns. There's no such thing as a bad win in the division. I will take it every damn time, no matter what. As long as we're beating our divisional opponents, that's how you get into the playoffs. Cleveland was already 1-0, already beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati now 0-2. Baltimore 2-0. We are solidly in the middle of the division, still in the hunt, still got a chance to be in the top of the division here in a couple weeks, playing Baltimore as well right before going to our bye. But craziest aspect of the game, guys, defense outscored our offense. Our offense is anemic. It is demoralizing to watch. I feel like this was like late Duck, when Duck was in his second time on offense, and things just weren't working out well. I don't like the way my hat's looking right now. I just had to fix that a little bit. But I just had no confidence in them moving the football down the field. I mean, great play by Pickens on a nice slant route, and then breaking it the rest of the way when somebody would have been tackled by that next safety, made that safety look foolish, went inside out on him. He fell over, took off for a touchdown. That was a great play. Got to see more out of that. That's what we want to see out of Pickens. That's what we've all been waiting to see out of Pickens. And finally got a 100-yard receiving game. Hopefully it's the first of many for him. He's doing phenomenal, getting better and better. I got my popcorn ready though tonight. I got it signed. This is one of the best deals you can get in the stadium. These are the bottom things of popcorn you can get there in the stadium. I bought it last year. I just keep bringing it back every day, and I wear it as a hat when I walk in, and they don't seem to have a problem with it. And I keep getting free popcorn. So it is bottomless, truly. You just have to keep bringing it back. But Jeff Reed did sign it at the Terrible Tailgate. We're going to have Ike Taylor at the next Terrible Tailgate, the one against the Ravens here in a couple weeks or 3 weeks. Yeah. So guys want to cut out to the Terrible Tailgate caddy corner there from PNC Park, closest part of that parking lot. That's where we have all you can eat, all you can drink, big open bar, lots of seltzers, lots of beers, $50, got raffles, got koozies. It's a good time, great time. And you get to meet a Steeler player. This week it's going to be, next one game's going to be Ike Taylor. So I got to get my swaggin' jersey out. But guys, this is your show. Going to you guys, of course. Miles, what are we doing? We're winning football games finally. Presley effing Harvin. Great game out of Presley Harvin. Small thing that you guys might not have noticed as well, guys, is Presley Harvin's place holding was phenomenal that game. There were 3 balls. One was a horrible snap, but 3 balls that were off target that he gripped down on kicks and on punts. I'm sorry, not kicks, on extra points and on field goals to make it so Jeffrey didn't have to worry about a thing, just went into full motion, killed the ball. One was on the 52-yarder. So phenomenal job by Presley frickin' Harvin. Love that game out of him. Got to see more of that. And that's the way. How you doing, Robert? Good to see you, Cooley, as always, my friend. Offense is stinking up the joint. Yeah, definitely is, Miles. How are they going to let our defense outscore them? This has been a long time. But I'm a defensive, I love rooting for defensive football. That was a treat. First play of the game, Highsmith intercepting the ball. I think technically, if you've slowed it down, I think if they're calling that gunner play a freaking catch and a fumble, then Minkah Fitzpatrick caught that interception, fumbled it into the arms of Highsmith, who technically picked up a fumble and returned a fumble for a touchdown, in my opinion. Neat play. Either way, we got a touchdown off the first play before our offense even steps on the field. Offense couldn't even move the football yet again. Not getting a first down until the second quarter. Absolutely just demoralizing to watch as a fan. But love that big play out of Pickett. I think Warren had some good catch and runs. Saw Robinson with a couple tough catches, and good to see Calvin Austin get involved as well in the offense, because we need him to get involved. Where are the tight ends? One of the interceptions, he missed a wide open Washington right in the slot, wide open. Would have loved to see Washington turn and run with that football. Absolutely would have loved to see that, but didn't happen. Offense forced me to drink last night. Well, I got drunk in the stadium for San Francisco, and I never drink in the stadium. There was nothing good. Pickett's absolute monster when we're not utilizing our weapons properly. Absolutely right, Miles. The quarterback run on 3rd and 1, I think I blew a blood vessel. The worst part of that, tell y'all, I thought we were done with this bull crap shotgun 3rd and 1s when we got rid of Ben Roethlisberger. That is an absolutely dumb formation. Plus, we know Kenny Pickett can get quarterback sneaks. We haven't even tried to sneak with Pickett yet. We go to shotgun like we got Ben Roethlisberger back there, and we had Pickett keep the ball. That was absolutely an asinine, slow-moving play that's never going to freaking work. Absolutely never going to work. Bad play call. That one's on Canada. I'm starting to wane on Canada here a little bit. I had to do a shot of Everclear after that play, Miles. Nice. 0 red zone plays, 9 first downs. This is embarrassing. Fortunately, defense came to play. We got to win. Alex Highsmith earned every penny of his contract in one game. What a freaking player. If he doesn't make the Pro Bowl or All-Pro, it's rigged. Should have made it last year, guys. You guys heard me earlier this year, screaming, upset. Alex Highsmith was not in the Pro Bowl last year. He was robbed. Second best stats of any outside linebacker in all of the AFC. Didn't even get a nod. Even with other players getting rotated in and out. That was absolutely asinine. Really upset about that. Going over here, guys, on the gram, on the Instagram, guys. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Hey, from Scotland, good to hear from you. Welcome. We got some Scotland laddies here. Come on over to the kid. We've been for the Steelers together. Matt, of course. Go D. Yeah, Trevor. Absolutely. How about them Browns? There is a good amount of Brown fans. Not as many Brown fans this game as there were 49er fans the previous game. There was way more 49er fans last week. But Browns fans got to rattle off a "Let's Go Cleveland" chant. Top of the fourth quarter. Before we came back and won that game on defense. Minus 7 yards in the fourth quarter. Down by, and not even having a lead, and we found a way to win that game. Minus 7 yards on offense. Won that game without a lead going into the fourth quarter. So another fourth quarter comeback for Kenny Pickett. Yay! Guys, been saying it. Kenny Pickett, he's Tim Tebow. He's Tim Tebow. I watched all of Tim Tebow's games. I liked watching Tim Tebow that year. Why? They were anemic on offense, great defense winning them football games, keeping it close till Tim Tebow could make a play at the end of that game and they'd win it. Guy was just a winner. KP did it twice for us last year, back-to-back, against the Ravens, against the Raiders. It's Tim Tebow, man. Game was close enough, found a way to win at the end. I'm still waiting for him to throw more than one touchdown in a game. Still waiting. Year 2. Tim Tebow did it his rookie year. He had multiple touchdown games, multiple touchdown games. I don't know what's wrong with Kenny Pickett. He does not. Defense always finds a way to come across and get out the win. Yes. Get rid of Kenny and Canada. Got to get rid of one of them, honestly. Like, we're starting to get to a point now where we're doing the definition of insanity. Repeating the same thing over and over. Expecting a different result. Right now, we get through September. We still have these horrible stats. I'm calling for his head. Absolutely calling for Canada's head. Kenny Pickett's too young to throw the baby out with the bathwater yet, Bryce. But I hear what you're saying. And I understand. I understand your frustration. F the Brownies. Yes, Trevor. Kenny just tried. Just needs more experience. Yes, he does, 12. Yes, he does. Offense is sus. Definitely is, Wolfman. Definitely is. Fire Canada. I'm getting on the bandwagon, guys. I'm starting to get there. Let Trubisky or Rudolph play for a little. You know, we were talking about that in the stands. Maybe it's time to put in Trubisky for a little bit. Let him sit down a little bit. Where was Connor Hayward and Freiermuth? They tried setting up a screen to Connor and boned it. They threw a screen to Freiermuth. There was no blocking. That was the only time they both saw balls. And that needs to frickin' change. Absolutely needs to change. That Canada needs to go. Oh, yeah. Lots of Canada hate. What's up, David? Steelers should forget the offense and turn the ball over. Just play defense all day. Need special teams to score and punt returns to the house and then deep. Yeah. We can do that this year, too. Austin is doing a heck of a job on punt return. And he's our kick returner now, too, that Gunner's out now, too, and that McFarland's out. Guy just can't stay healthy. Bless his heart. Chris Blatt. What week do the Steelers consider getting rid of Canada? For me, it's at the bye. If we are not an offense at the bye, if we have a losing record and the offense is still this anemic, Canada, gone, bring in somebody new. We need a change at that point because this is his last year of his contract. They wanted consistency through Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett isn't showing he's getting any better in the next 3 weeks. Canada, you're out. Absolutely out. That's your job. Make him better. Make him better. No excuses. Canada needs to go. And if our offense is still bad, we'll discuss that problem. Exactly. For real, Matt Canada. I mean, his concepts, like, even on the first interception, like, the route concept even there sucked because they had the slot running an in, and then for some reason, the outside X receiver also ran an in. So you had one guy that was able to cover two guys, and the guy from the center of the field left his guy to jump the route and intercept it. But even then, like, I was like, the outside guy, Austin, was open. But if he ran an out instead of an in, he's wide open. Absolutely wide. It's a horrible route concept. And I played receiver. I know a thing or two about horrible route concepts. You don't have people run into each other's, like, zone so that one person can defend two guys. It's just dumb. Do you think Chubb is going to return to the same player that he was? Overtime Jesus, I'll tell you one thing. I studied kinesiology. I was a physical trainer at University of Maryland, Baltimore County back in the day. We went over game film, and we tried to figure out what the injury was through the hit. And I watched that injury a few times over because I can separate just the brutality of the injury to try to figure out the kinesiology, what happened. Definitely, his medial collateral ligament is gone. That is a complete tear. The leg can't bend that way to the inside without that being a complete tear. His knee completely dislocated in that motion. And now you've got to think about, did he also damage his anterior cruciate ligament, which runs down the front of your knee, and the posterior cruciate ligament, which runs up the back of your knee? And in a full knee, when your full knee dislocates like that, that can happen where you can tear 2 to 3 ligaments. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's a single and a slide, and maybe some meniscal problems that can be fixed too. Since it's all open, it's easy to fix. You can bust up your meniscus too when that happens. So a lot of stuff can go wrong in that situation. I did hear that he had a knee dislocation in college where he also ruined 3 ligaments. It is next to impossible to come back from a 3 ligament injury. He's already done it once. So can he do it again? Yeah, he can. He's a bit older now, though. He's a running back. I hope he can make it back. If I'm playing a pragmatist, it comes down to whether his PCL and his ACL are partially torn or completely torn. If the PCL and the ACL and the MCL are all completely torn, he's never going to be the same player, in my opinion. If they're only partially torn and he has a complete torn, his MCL is a complete tear. It's got to be a complete tear. Your knee can't bend that way without it completely snapping. It just does not have that range of motion. That ligament stops it from bending toward the inside of your body. That's it. It's your medial. Your lateral's on the outside, medial's on the inside of your knee. So facing your other knee. So that's definitely gone. So prayers to him. He's a good dude. A lot of respect from the Steelers, even talking about him too. So I hope he comes back too. Devin Corder and Matt Canada. I don't know if that's English. Sorry, Zap. I'm not sure if I can know that one. Brazil. Nice. We love the Brazil Steelers. Love our Brazil Steelers. Minuti's here too, hopefully. Fire Canada and Tomlin too. Tomlin's not going anywhere, guys. Our defense is playing awesome. And Tomlin's a big part of that defense. Going back over to our guys on on YouTube. Hope Gunner is healthy, but he never plays for the Steelers again. Gunner is Switzer. Switzer is Gunner. It's like the pet detective. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. They're the same guy. They guys that look awesome in the preseason catching balls, that had Pro Bowl caliber returners for other teams, absolutely stink up the place for us. That catch, tiptoe on the sideline on the 10-yard line, opening kickoff to us. Oh my gosh, is that a bonehead play? I was livid. If he's straddling on the line and it touches him, we get the ball on the 40. If he doesn't tiptoe and gets 1 foot out of bounds, we get the ball on the 40. Idiot play. That was dumb. That was high school. How do you make the Pro Bowl as a kick returner and don't understand the rules on the sideline of letting a ball bounce, or you can stand half inch with 1 foot in bounds, 1 foot out of bounds, and touch the ball? It's out of bounds. You get the ball on the 40. It's got to be smarter than that. Absolutely has to be smarter than that. If he just did that and bobbled and ran out of bounds, we get the ball on the 40. Idiot. Absolute idiot. Sorry, I'll get off my high horse on that one. That was one I hated. Definitely got my cardio last night. Yeah, Misfit. Love that. You got a fan. I like the fancy lettering there on the front and back. Yeah, I got my cardio too. I'm not going to lie. Miles, why is all the progress the offense made completely revert back to abysmal play? What is the cause? Is it Canada? Is it Kenny Pickett? Yes. It's both. I've told you about a couple of the root concept that I hated on the first interception, lining up in the backfield for the quarterback, lining up in shotgun on 3rd and 1 for a keeper on an outside stretch play. Dumb play. It wasn't Canada's fault throwing those interception balls. That one down the sideline where the would have been almost a one-handed interception on the inside by the linebacker. Fortunately, he dropped it. That was a horrible throw. That was one that should never have been made. And he's just not making smart decisions with the football. Like, there's other players open. Move your head side to side a little bit. Know your concepts. When I was playing quarterback and flag, I called my play. I know my concepts. I know where my guys are. I mean, I was doing some no-look stuff too, because I know that guy's open. If I can draw a guy up, put it over his head, use the concept to help get your guys open. Don't throw the ball into a concept that isn't there. Got to do better. Both got to do better. TJ Watt is now the all-time sack leader for us. He's on track to win Defensive Player of the Year. Absolutely is. You don't play week 1. The only bright spot on the team was TJ Watt. 3 sacks. Last week, touchdown, sack, broke the Steelers record. Knocking down balls, still tackling people in the backfield. Guys making play. He is a playmaker. Absolute playmaker. And that's what we need on defense. We need playmakers. Highsmith, welcome to the Playmaker Club, my friend. You led the league in forced fumbles last year. He's a playmaker. Love playmakers. KZ's a playmaker. Neil's a playmaker. Now Leo and Ogunjobi on the line making plays for us now. It's starting to get contagious. Starting to get playmakers. Adams punching a ball out. Looking great. We're looking great. We're making plays. And it wasn't Roberts. Holcomb with the other punch out. Excellent job. The whole team defense. Isaac coming up and getting a sack. I mean, guys, everybody was making plays. Sullivan knocking down a ball. And of course, Joey Porter Jr. 2 big PDs as well in that game. One to break up a 3rd down earlier in the game. Sealed the 4th down play against us. Yeah, it was a little handsy. Yeah, it could have been called. I've seen that play called before. But he was all over him, like, positionally. He really didn't have to put his hands on him at all. Receiver couldn't get around him to get the ball, even if it was a perfectly thrown ball. It's really good positional play. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's a league above. He definitely is. Right now, TJ's easily the best defensive player in the league. It's not even close. It is not even. Plus, he went up against 2 preseason DPOY candidates. We saw Bosa week 1, outplayed him. Saw Myles Garrett week 2. We always outplay Myles Garrett. Absolutely always outplay Myles Garrett. Guy is a monster. People have to figure out how to stop TJ Watt. I have to say, I honestly have to say, I thought the Browns did a good job of scheming against TJ Watt with having that rookie right tackle have to block him. There's a lot of tight end chips. There's a lot of double team with the offensive line. There's a lot of running backs coming in for help as well on that side. TJ would still manage a sack. Should have had two. But still managed to get a sack, keep his streak going. He is an absolute monster. Are we going to see Ben as offensive coordinator? I hope the hell not. I really don't. I don't think great players make good coaches. I really don't. I mean, we'll see how Deion Sanders does out there in Colorado. Right now, they got some hype. Problem is, great players don't know how to handle adversity, and they don't handle it well. I don't know if they're as good as teachers as they are as just being God-given talents. But, Sanders was coaching his boys pretty much all the way up through their career, and now he's doing it for their college. So we'll have to see. Before he pops in, as I said on SN, coach would be a better offensive coordinator than Canada. True. If Ben came offensive coordinator, you probably wouldn't even notice Canada was gone. They looked so similar. Put a cowboy hat on Ben, and he's good. I heard some people like, bring back Haley. I'd rather have somebody like Leftwich, to tell you the truth. I wanted Reich. I really wanted Reich. But we're not going to get that kind of goodness on our team. Canada is the only targeting the one side of the field if he's calling a play. It only focuses on the left side of the field, the right side. So there's nothing there. So easy to defend and very predictable. I don't think that's all he's trying to do. I think right now, because they are running route concepts. I'm there at the game. I'm watching from the behind angle. I just think Kenny's just watching one side of the field. And when he's not getting a lot of time, that happens. I mean, the one big sacks, Isaac Sayamalu, why am I getting his name wrong? Sayamalu was like, didn't even look at he like turned right and there was nobody there. And the guy ran right up his back, straight at Kenny Pickett. Easy sack. Gotta be better. Absolutely gotta be better. Tomorrow, good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the show, as always. Have you ever studied behavioral kinesiology, Dr. Diamond? I ended up getting my degree in psychology, but behavioral, like science as opposed to behavioral kinesiology. I understand the preseason means nothing, but how does the confidence go from an all-time high and the moxie to no confidence at all? I don't know. It's the best preseason I ever saw as a Steeler fan, offensively. And then we turn into a load. A dump. We're a dump truck. We're a dumpster fire. Again. Oh no, we suck again. Just the way it goes sometimes. All right, guys, coming back over. I'm going to cut down a little bit over some of your stuff. So I lost my mind when I saw that jet sweep. Yeah, and Ninja, we're going to get one a game every time, Ninja Cyclops. Love that handle as well, man. That's a great handle. Justin Moore. Aloha from Hawaii. Aloha. Which island are you on, Justin? I've had the pleasure of being on Big Island, Maui, Oahu, and Kauai. Love each island for all different reasons. Just such a beautiful, beautiful place. And I'm glad that you're able to be a proud American over there in Hawaii. Justin, Super Bowl bound. We still got a shot. Offense just has to learn how to move the football. BX and Sin. We should have picked up Brian Leftwich. Yep, we're both on agreement with that. Tomlin can't stand to have another black coach. Yeah, no, we brought in Brian Flores last year, man. What are you talking about? Brian Flores was a sub head coach. He's got no ego. That guy has no ego. Like, you can say that about somebody like Bill Belichick doesn't like smart guys around him. Look at Bill Belichick's coaching tree. People that leave Bill Belichick play for a couple years and are out of the league because they suck. Because he doesn't want people smarter than him in the room. Canada needs to go. We're all saying that. Heading to Pitt from Arizona to watch the Baltimore game. Oh, that's great, Mary. Enjoy the game. Go to the Steeler Nation tailgate. We're going to have Ike Taylor there signing autographs. And the closest to the corner of PNC Park from as you're walking down toward the football, toward Acrisure. And $50, all you can eat and drink. Come see us. Have a good time. Go Steelers. Minka is okay. Yeah, Quinn, that's a good call. They send him to the hospital. Usually when you get sent to the hospital after the game, it's for two reasons. When it's a chest injury. Number one, they're worried that you broke something. Usually that's why I was thinking it might be a sternum injury. They're checking to see if it's a break. But usually the reason they send somebody directly to the hospital like that, they're worried about his heart. Might have had trouble breathing, might have had heart palpitations as well with that. Don't mess with it. Send him to the hospital. PNC is the best in the nation. That's probably what happened. Probably had trouble breathing for a bit, might have felt contused, and it probably was more of, maybe getting some wind knocked out of him if you get a big chest contusion as well. Probably definitely has a bruised sternum. But good news. He's doing good. I expect him to play. He may wear a flak this week, but that's just for comfort. I fully expect him to play this week. If that's the case, either case, it's not a break. It's a bruise. No heart problem, no lung problem, no lung bruising, no heart bruising. He'll be playing this week, even on the short week. So that'll be good to see. Promo, who's going to Vegas for the game? I know Steeler Nation's got a big package going to the game. If anybody wants to look at that up or want to go to the Vegas, I don't know if there's any tickets available or stuff too, but you go to SteelerNation.com, click on the forum button. In the football forum, there's a sticky for that trip. So if you want to go, I don't know if there's still tickets there, but I at least know that's it. Kenny may be Tim Tebow, right? I know, Mary, it's a tough association. I said it last year. I did an article on it last year and a full podcast on it. I am not sold on Pickett yet until he shows me he can lead a team up and down the field almost at will. We may be heading to Vegas. That's great, Mary. We don't have a good play caller. Not yet. Definitely not yet, Sin. I like Tim Tebow too. He was fun to watch. Guys, all the Steeler fans were surprised as hell, except for this one. When we lost to Tim Tebow in the playoffs that year, I wasn't surprised. Why? Because I saw it the whole season. Keep the game close, win it at the end. Find a way to win. That's what Tim Tebow did. And I hate that he was blackballed from the league for being too pious, actually. Sure, he didn't have the best ball, but he knew how to win. Kenny is good. We just have an effed up OC. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. We have all the right tools. It just sucks when we don't utilize them. Definitely does. We need offensive line coach too. I don't know what's going on with the offensive line. I don't know how we were awesome in the preseason, and now we're just don't even know how to block. We will be okay, guys. Yeah, Jersey, it's still early. You're right. I say get rid of Canada yesterday. Tomlin already said not Canada. Yeah, well, not yet. A couple more weeks of this, you got to. When we're dead last in the league, defense has more touchdowns than offense. Right now, defense has 2 touchdowns. Offense has 2 touchdowns on the season. So, yeah, we got to start talking about it. Can we talk about how Gunner is still on the team? I didn't want him on the team. I was hoping we kept Dez on the roster as opposed to Gunner. I agree with you, Will. Who would be our candidate if Steelers would fire candidate? I like Leftwich. Told you. I think Reich's on a team now, though. I'd still bring back Haley. Haley at least gets the ball out quick with good route concepts and has deep play possibilities as well. Though, the one thing everybody hated about Haley, bubble screen. Bubble screen, bubble screen, bubble screen. That was his thing. Canada's jet sweep, jet sweep, jet sweep. Crappy screen, crappy screen, crappy screen. Our other boy, Haley, was all about the bubble screen. Though, these wide receivers are blocking really well. All of them want to block downfield. Austin. I didn't think Austin at his size would be as tenacious a blocker as he is. Big block on the catch and run by Warren. Another big block downfield also for the touchdown for George Pickens. Guy is willing to do the dirty work, which is something I didn't expect out of a guy that would be redshirted coming back in. Loved what I saw out of Calvin Austin last game, being a willing blocker. And bubble screens need willing blockers on wide receiver because that's what they are. You usually have 3 wide receivers on one side, throw to the guy in the back, front 2 guys block. And when you have like Boykin and Pickens for Calvin Austin behind him, that stuff can work. Absolutely can work. Even Robinson can block. Robinson's a really good blocker as well. This is a good team of willing blockers. Points say all 3 It already says they're all three are torn. Wow, Sean. Yeah. I just was looking just from what I saw visually on how the knee bent. First one is definitely gone. Second, the other two, it depends on how much torque happened, but I said there's a possibility that those might be completely torn, hoping that they're partially torn. But yeah, that's when you're talking about three torn ligaments, you got to think about a guy like Culpepper, the great quarterback in Minnesota. Once he tore all three of his ligaments, he was never the same. That's really difficult to come back from that. Fire Tomlin, the standard is the standard. Right now, the standard is substandard on offense, but very high on defense. And special teams is doing pretty great, too. I'm very happy with our special teams right now. Because you never know how they go. Great. Now I'm caught up. Levi Wallace makes me sad. Yeah, that's what I was watching his plays from where we were in the stands. And that I was just like, just put Porter on his guy. I heard like the depot was like, Porter can't play left side. He plays right side. I was like, I saw him play at Penn State on the other side. It's like, of course he can play on Wallace's side. You don't have to just play on Pat Pete's side. Dude is long and strong. He can play on any side. All he's got to do, shave the guy to the sideline, use his length, make people look stupid. That's what he's going to do in his career. And he is going to be a starter, guys. I know I was talking about, the guy that we did, Keanu, probably had the best probability of starting first out of all of these players. Now it's looking to me that Joey Porter is going to probably be starting first out of all of our rookies. We'll get the first start for all of our rookies this season. So we'll have to keep an eye on Porter because he's getting more and more snaps every game, deserved every single snap he got. Last show I mentioned Harvin has a broken or fractured ankle, foot. Knew it as did Tomlin, yet he kept him over a more consistent punter when we had on the 53. And punted pretty damn good last game. And his 3 corrected bad snap place hit kicks got us about 7 points. One thing people forget. Punters have to be good placeholders. He's a really athletic kid. Getting those punts, getting those long snaps down that aren't on the mark, right in the still without Jeff Reed even having to think about it. Perfectly done. Absolutely perfectly done. Get Joey more snaps. We need to see more splash from our corners. I'm with you 100% there, Miles. Harvin just had a great game. Give him a break tonight. You absolutely had a great game. And even the one that bounced into the end zone, that one we've been catching that one in the air. Boykin usually catches that ball in the air. He missed it this past game. So hopefully he can start doing it more. Joe, Dad! How you doing? Hey, Striker. You look better at the Steelers game than the Steelers did, right? I always dress up in my suit for Steeler game day when it's cool enough. I've worn it to both games, so it looks like I'm going to be wearing my suit all year this year since it's a beautiful, beautiful weather we've been getting here in Pittsburgh the last couple games. Slash! They need to go veteran shopping for a wideout. Crap. Let's see who's available. I'll bring it up. Free agents. Because somebody mentioned us wanting to pick up, oh gosh, what's the guy's name? Mike Evans. I like Mike Evans as a player. I mean, his contract is nowhere near what we're ever going to take. But he would be a fit. Just he doesn't fit in the pocketbook at all. Yeah, Mike Evans being on there. I see that he re-signed. Cedric Wilson is available right now. DJ Chark, that's a guy I would like to get on this team. I don't know why he's not on a team right now. I'm just looking at the free agents here over on Spotrac. Jamal Agnew. What's this? Games played. Because a lot of these are on TBD teams. But Cedric Wilson has possibility to play the X. We got to get an X guy. Because I was telling you the last week, you're going to see our offense have trouble because the engine runs through Deontay Johnson. Much as everybody wants to complain about his drops, engine runs through Deontay Johnson. Best route runner in the league, by far. DJ Chark's a pretty damn good route runner. That's a guy I wouldn't mind seeing out there on the field. Jakeem Barrett. I'm just looking at free agents, not guys that we'd have to give up some picks or something. Oh, Gunnar Ostefsky. He's on our team. I don't know why, for some reason he's not listed there. Yeah, we kept him. This isn't all the way updated. Yeah, so I don't know if Chark's on a team right now or if he's injured, but that would be a guy I'd like to take if he's available. Des Fitzpatrick I want to see some Des Fitzpatrick on the team too. I don't know why we didn't bring back Anthony Miller. Anthony Miller can play 3 spots. That would be an interesting pickup on this team, and one I wouldn't be upset about seeing. Really, what you want to hold back your thoughts on Gunner? I know, right? I can only recall one clean pocket for Pickett. Having only 1.5 seconds on an average will spook any quarterback easily. Easily. Yeah, I don't want to talk about punters right now, Robert. We've already addressed it. Yoder, welcome back, buddy. As ugly as last night was, the Steelers still get the win, and that's what matters. That's absolutely what matters. I'll pick this one up, though, Timburo. All you fans who love Bud not only had Highsmith done better in a year-to-year comparison to the others' first few years, but now Alex, great without TJ, was never true of Bud, correct? And TJ, Alex had fumble and pick 6. Absolutely agree with you there. I always said that Alex Highsmith's floor coming in the league was way higher than Bud. Absolutely way higher. And that was when he was backing up Bud. And, you know, you may or may not want to have, like, his first season. I know some people were saying wanted Highsmith to get more snaps over Bud. Bud was still playing pretty well then. Actually got a big contract after that. But we kept the right guy. And we gave the right guys contracts. Because now Batman and Robin, they're not Batman and Robin. They're Batman and Batman. They're Batman and Nightwing. They're both superheroes, man. They're both doing it right. Slash, did you not eat dinner? You look hungry. Now, I just have some leftover popcorn from the game, so I'm just eating that. I'm having that. I'm having some beer. I'm drinking my Farm Fuzz from Manor Hill Brewing. It's a good one. It's a Russian-style Belgian-style peach. Very tasty. Goes good with popcorn. DeBurrow, no Steelers since James Harrison in 2010 ever did what Highsmith did yesterday. Yeah, getting the interception, forcing a fumble, getting a sack. That was an insane game too, Robert. That was one of my absolute favorite games, and Harrison's one of my absolute favorite players. I love behavioral kinesiology. Yeah. Hey, Striker, love the D. Thanks, Bernie. Great to hear. I love it too. Todd Haley? Yeah, Aaron. I take some Haley. Bring back Fiechner. No, Randy Fiechner. I love that, though. Fiechner is Canada. Canada is Fiechner. Highest paid D in NFL history has the exact same problem of all Tomlin's D have had the last 10 plus years. Poor tackling, missed broken tackles. Is unacceptable. I'll tell you what, though. And I was waiting to talk to you about this game, too, Timburo. That highly paid defense just won us the game. There's no way we win that game without 2 touchdowns from that highest paid defense in NFL history. And that's what we need. We need a great defense to get us extra turnovers, extra possessions to try to help Kenny Pickett out. That's exactly what they're paid to do. And fortunately, they got those balls in the end zone because I don't think our offense could have. The way they played yesterday, I don't think we could have gotten in the end zone on any of those chances. Absolutely not. Miles, Watson needs to stop grabbing things he shouldn't be grabbing. Those face masks should have gotten him ejected. Absolutely should have. He's no stranger to illegal touching, we shall say. Good old Watson. Good old illegal touch Watson. Watson's hands on the ref definitely should have been an objection. He's going to get fined for that. He's probably going to get a fine for the face masks and the ref thing. Ref could have ejected him. I think that was a situation where the ref understood the game and it's a judgment call for the ref to get rid of a guy or not get rid of a guy. I don't fault a ref for not throwing a guy out of a game in a situation where now the ref has to understand that the end of the game is probably his fault. And me, I'd rather have Watson on the field. Watson's not going to win that game. I'm not afraid of Watson at all. They might march somebody else out on the field. They might be able to complete passes. So keep Watson in there. Fine with it. Win the game. Get off. Take the dub. Go home. Steelers' first 80 years, their actual standard was always has been a strong run D, solid tackling, and a strong run game. Steelers display neither of those defining Steeler qualities. Look around the league. You're not allowed to tackle anymore. It's a soft league. Clark called it out. Other than Fitzpatrick destroying the leg of a poor freaking Cribs. I mean, absolutely. Like, there's no. You can't practice tackling anymore. You've only got a certain amount of padded practices you get a year. I think it's only 16 padded practices you can have during the season. 16. And you still can't tackle to the ground. Hey, kitten. Got my cat over here with me now. But that's the biggest part. That's why we don't hit as hard anymore. League's worried about CTE. You can't hit anymore. You can't practice and hit. That's why people get CTE. Come on. It suffers, and it looks like crap. But we're not the only team that's suffering from this. The entire league is suffering from this, Robert. Absolutely sucks. And it looks horrible across the entire league. Bernie, Robert, you're right about the tackling. It was atrocious. If they could tackle, they wouldn't have given up half the run yards. Gunner, good name, but shoot him. Yoder, the Steelers extend the Monday Night Football win streak. Monday Night Football in Pittsburgh, an experience of a lifetime. It's always a great time on Monday night. I almost didn't come to the game, but I'm like, I got to go. Prime time. It's fun. And Thursdays are tougher, but still worked out. Tomlin went to Canada. Tomlin hired Canada. Tomlin kept Canada. And Tomlin signs off on all Canada's game schemes, and coach T, endorses every Canada take call. Not every play call, but they do game plan together. Correct. Buck stops at the head coach's desk. Yeah. And also, you got to talk about Austin and all the defensive schemes too. You got to talk about all of our special teams schemes as well. Tomlin just doesn't coach one aspect. You got to fire him for one aspect of the team when the other aspects are doing very well. Joey Porter Jr. should start week 3. 100% with you there. Absolutely 100% with you there. Blaming Canada. Haley before them, all hired by Mike Tomlin, all suck compared to Cowher hire Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians was a great one. That was it. Well, though he was a Cowher hire, but Cowher had him as a quarterbacks coach. Tomlin made Bruce Arians an offensive coordinator. He was never an offensive coordinator under Cowher. Cowher wouldn't have had him as offensive coordinator. He had Wiz, and he liked Wiz. He liked Gilbride. Freaking Gilbride. You might remember bad offensive coordinators. Remember Gilbride? Trying to change Cordell Stewart into a pocket passer? Boy, that was a great idea. Hey, Striker, Najee rips off 2 decent runs and then nada. What gives? Our line blocking sucked. Absolutely sucked. And even the one that he ripped off, like, he got stopped in the backfield like they did. We stopped them in the backfield too, and they ripped off a 69-yard touchdown. Just their running back was faster than Najee Harris. But Najee's a little stronger. Yeah, it sucked on that one. Yeah, Bernie, love being a real Steeler fan. Like more than the famous Bernie who sold us down the river for the ultimate. Yeah, well, that's Democratic Party. I'm not getting into politics. I freaking hate politics. Yeah. I'm just eating, watching the politics stuff. Striker looks hungry. Anthony, I am down. I'm down weight. I'm almost at my target weight. Target weight 169. I'm like 173 right now. Let's go, Kenny Bieber in the house. Hey, Kenny. Bernie. Robert, you're so right about Stanford. I miss Cowher teams. Tough as nails. Won a Tomlin gone 10 years ago. Had no idea what a true Steeler is. No, I like Tomlin. I have no problem with Tomlin. You guys can keep talking about Tomlin back and forth. I see what you're doing. 2 defensive line sets make no sense. Yes, John. It's part of scheming, though. They happen in this league now. Absolutely did. A good one, too. Speaking of grabbing, it was Jai Brown defender grabbed Najee's dreadlocks and did not get a penalty call. You want to know why? Because it's not a penalty. You can pull hair in this league. I remember on Troy Polamalu's big interception against Kansas City when Johnson, the running back, came down, grabbed him strictly by the hair and rolled down, just like it would almost like look like a horse collar, the way he ripped them down. But it is not illegal to tackle a player by their hair. There's no rule. You know how you get around it? Cut your damn hair. I know that's why Polamalu started wearing his stuff in a ponytail. Sometimes he'd tuck his ponytail. But yeah, if you don't want to get tackled by your hair, cut your hair. It's not a penalty at all. It's a weird thing, but it's not a penalty. I hope Watson plays all year. He looks like poop. I do too. I do too. NFL said on Tuesday that contract did not warrant punishment. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There's no punishment for pulling hair. Yeah, I can't say that one, but I do like that. I think that's funny. That's not a penalty to tackle players' hair. Yep, we said that. How much are tickets for the game? I don't know. You have to go on SteelerNation.com football forum, find out the ticket prices for the I know they're going for like $500-600 right now. That I hear. Carson Carpenter, Fire Canada. That's all I got to say. Not a problem there, Carson. Welcome to the show. Happy to have you on. All right, coming back over to the Grammy Grams. See what we got there. Here we go, Steelers from Cancun, Mexico. Oh, awesome. Bueno, muy bien. Steel Mundo. There we go. Glad to see that there, Steel. Oh, thanks, Jens. I appreciate you being a new follower. You can follow me, too, on my handles are at @SN_Striker. I know I haven't done much on the gram yet, too. I post a little bit on TikTok and on Twitter's Z now, whatever, X, whatever the freaking letter it is. And that's at @SN_Striker. Striker is STRY, just like it's spelled in the title right here, KER. And that's across all the platforms that I'm on, at least. I think Canada doesn't make it past bye. And if he doesn't do something in the next 3, opinion? No, I said that at the top of the show. I said, if we're in the 30s on offense by the bye, he needs to be replaced. And that's the time to do it. I got faith in Kenny Pickett. I'm hoping for that there, Crawford. Absolutely hoping that. Canada will never be fired. I'm hoping he does. Well, this is his last season. Unfortunately, we usually ride a guy through the whole season. Defensive win the game. Yep, that's why I said that in the title. Absolutely. It's the damn line. Damn line needs to be, yeah. Jakarn definitely needs to be improved. Yins, yes, it's all of them. Absolutely is. Everybody gets blame. Even Tomlin. Tomlin's taking some blame too. Absolutely taking some blame. Absolutely. Do you think Kenny's windup is too slow, Yins? Not always. I've seen him get it out pretty quickly at times. Right now, it just looks like his decision-making isn't there, Yins. And he's making the wrong reads, and he's forcing balls. That's stuff that I expected to see him in year 1, but not in year 2. Hey, American Failure. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, bro. My voice definitely didn't crack there. It's because I was screaming. I screamed that whole game, guys. I'm surprised I still have a voice. Love the background. Thank you. Yeah, it's all my old helmets. I got a John Henry Johnson there, number 35 helmet there. The original leather helmet. On the other side, we got the yellow helmets, which was the first helmet with the steel logo on it. And then, of course, the regular black mode. I'll swing you over there a little bit. There's the black one. That way you can see the full helmet page. But yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, love my Steeler football. Oh, sorry, I got that little bit off the kilter there. Bench Levi, start Joey Porter Jr., run Peterson, and Sloy. I don't know what Sloy means. Is that one of those kids' acronyms? I don't know what that Sloy is. Is that the tickety talk stuff? I don't know that stuff. That doesn't make any sense. Levi has been god-awful in both games. Yeah, Wallace needs to be better. Absolutely does. But it's time. That's why I was upset that Trice got hurt. Trice probably would have been starting. He was ahead. There was a moment in preseason where he was actually ahead of Joey Porter Jr. He came to play in preseason this year. I hope he comes back fully healthy and ready to go next preseason. RX, does anyone know why we kept Gunner but let go of Kareem Butler? Personally, I would have kept Dez over Gunner, or I would have kept I would rather have Anthony Miller on the team over both those guys. But it's not the way the cookie crumbled this year. Great show. Will we beat Vegas? Tell you one thing. Here's what I like about the Vegas matchup, guys. The thing that I like most about the Vegas matchup is that Ben Roethlisberger isn't playing the Raiders. For some reason, Ben Roethlisberger couldn't beat Vegas. He sucked against Vegas. Always played down to Vegas. And we'd end up losing close games. I almost got divorced from my wife that same year, the freaking Tebow year, because I think that was the one where they sucked and they just won at the end of the game, and I'm throwing stuff and screaming, and she tries to come down and talk rationally to me, and I just complete mental mode and just would not calm down, and was not a good person to her, and I apologize to her for that, but Vegas does that to me. But Kenny Pickett knew how to beat the Raiders last year on 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. That to me gives me hope to go into Sin City and come out with a win, make it Win City for Pittsburgh. That's what I like to see. Well, Wallace needs to be benched. He's played horribly the past games. Yeah, we're already starting to call that too. I'd rather have Porter playing there. Defense needs to play offense. Imagine giving Watt the ball as a running back. Yeah, give him the ball at short yardage. We know his brother was a good fullback. Let's see what Watt can do. Yins. He agreed to, Yins. Nice. Why keep Gunner but let go of Hareem Butler? Yeah, we talked about that. I guess you're still waiting for me to say that. Byron needs to be our offensive coordinator, period. That's one of the people that I mentioned. I would love to have Byron as an offensive coordinator. Hakeem played awfully in training camp. I watched Butler very close, and he didn't do well. He was okay. I wasn't as high on Butler as the other person is on here, but I don't hate him. No way Gunner did better than him. Gunner did really well when Trubisky was throwing him the football. He was Trubisky's safety valve in preseason and training camp. And so he made some good plays for him. If Tomlin knows Canada plays bad, he needs to step in. One side because of Kenny. Yes. Yeah. I mean, they're both to blame. Canada and Kenny are both to blame. And Tomlin's got to take some of the blame too. I agree. Gunner's just awful. Maybe good. You should have kept someone else besides those two. He just reminds me of Switzer. He's Switzer, man. Same guy. Exact same guy. Good in the preseason. For some reason, can't put it together in the regular season and only makes mistakes in the regular season. Preseason got me hyped up. Me too. Yeah, we went backwards, Will. We went backwards. That was fool's gold. Fool's black and gold for us. Watt is better than Reggie White. He's not. No, he's not. Reggie White was a freaking freak. Absolutely. At this point in their careers, what is it, 86 games or yeah, I think right around 86 games. What is it? Watt has like 93 sacks. Reggie White or 83 sacks. Reggie White had like 90 some sacks, 95 sacks. But as I said 2 years ago, when Watt was chasing for the sack lead, and he had that incredible streak at the end of the season just to pull it off. Watt's only peer in NFL history is Reggie White and his brother. That's his only peers. If you're right around a sack a game, you are one of the best to ever play. Because I think Reggie White was at this point in his career, he was definitely over a sack a game. Watt is just under a sack a game. But I don't think there's anybody has over 50 sacks that ever hit a sack a game. That number is it's an insane number to hit for your entire career. Like Reggie White had that for his entire beginning career. As he got older, his sacks didn't come as much, but still a disruptive player. Couldn't run on him. Still getting pressures on the quarterback, just not as many sacks. And then his numbers dropped. So he just ended up just behind one sack a game. Let me look up his stats. Gotta look up his stats just to get his final number. But I remember when I looked it up, he was just under a sack a game. So total games played for the career for Reggie White. He played in 232 games. He had 198 sacks. That is phenomenal. That's a phenomenal career. For some reason, I thought he was over 200 sacks. But 190, I think he's the all-time sack leader, though. 198 sacks according to the sheet, 2 touchdowns. Now, 2 touchdowns. Well, somebody said it was TJ Watt's first touchdown. There's an article that came out on ESPN. I'm like, you didn't see the playoff game against Kansas City? He had the first touchdown in that game. I know it's not regular season, doesn't go in the stats, but you can't say it's his first ever touchdown when he's done it in the playoff game. If you watch the team, you know better. You know better. Saying it is illegal to tackle by the hair, but the Browns who pulled his hair did not bring him down by the hair, or else he would have been penalized. No, it's not illegal to tackle by the hair. You got to show me the rule because it doesn't exist. Always like Buddy Ryan for punching Gilbride on the me too. Oh, me too. That was awesome when they were both coaches together for the Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers #1. Freaking Houston Oilers. Told you, RT. Tomlin is very likable. Just junior varsity in-game coach. You can still like all the bells and whistles and smoke screens you want. But none of me is squat compared to coaching well during games. I just don't know how you can only see him, how you can only see Tomlin for the bad things on the team, but you can't see him for the good things on the team. And that's my problem with any Tomlin haters, is you don't have balance. None of you have balance. Guy wins all the freaking time. All the freaking time. And you want excuses. You're like, oh, he's not going to have a, look, watch, he's not going to have a winning season. But Ben's down for the year. He's not going to have a winning. He's going to suck. Winning season. Last year, started what? 2-7? Oh, he's not going to have a, he can't get winning season. What's the guy got to do? Defense is doing awesome. Defense wins us a game. Special teams way better than they were last year. All around, he's in charge of everything. Yes, I do believe he also needs to take some lumps for the way the offense is performing, but you've got to also understand the things that this team is doing well, and he's a defensive-minded coach, and our team's always played great defense with him. Always. Carson, I don't get how some Steeler fans want Mike gone. To those fans who are out there to replace him, if anyone needs to be fired, it's Canada. Agreed. Agreed, Carson. With you 100%. One catch for Moot. Yeah, that's not acceptable. Kenny, you're right. We need to get Washington in the games too. Not acceptable. Troy got his hair pulled, considered equipment. Exactly. We talked about that too, Bern. You're right. 100% right. Robert, Stryker, the no penalty comment from the NFL was about Watson's contact on the official. No punishment coming for so no punishment coming for him illegally touching the official. Maybe the official liked it. Maybe that was consent. Illegal contact, Watson. That's my nickname for him now. I started a no means no chant when he first got on the field and he threw the interception. You're welcome. Carson Carpenter. I want to see Kenny with a new offensive coordinator that has creative plays and see what does it first before I give up on Kenny. I'm still waiting for any offensive coordinator we have to have creative plays. I mean, statistically, Haley was our best offense coordinator we ever had. We were a top 3 offense when we had Haley. Our most creative play caller, in my recollection, was Wizenhut. Wiz. We'd do some gadget plays, misdirections. You never were sure exactly what we were going to do. Heck, the bus would throw touchdowns to Jermaine Tooman. It's not a Tooman. Brady. Exactly. Robert could have said it better. Myself. Also, crappy personnel decisions. Rookies not playing well. Fed up with the fake quarterback battle. Oh, it's not fake. Would Alex Riley fit good on the staff of an offensive coordinator? I don't know. I don't know Alex Riley enough to really make an educated decision. I'm not going to lie and say that I know because I don't. I don't know everyone. I really don't. Cheapest team ever. Look at hiring big numbers assistants to other teams to save money. Rival by the cheap Bengals owner. Rooney's got to pay Canada all year. Canada's here all year. Well, you say that, but I think in certain circumstances, you got to get rid of a coach, though. The only time we seem to get rid of coaches during the season, Robert, is if they do something off the field to get them fired. Because that's, for some reason, they honor contracts. And even the Rooneys do that for player contracts, too, to an extent, and sometimes to their detriment, is they honor players' contracts as well. Like honoring frickin' Antonio Brown's like, I think they should have hit him for every single dime of signing bonus that they had, that 17 mil that they had to eat. But they don't. They let him go. But that's something I didn't like personally. Bernie, he will do it again. Yes, he has played bad, and he has it. He will rebound. I like Leftwich as well. Yeah, me too. Miles, imagine the Steelers with Shazier next year. We're using a top pick for middle linebacker. Also, can you tell me why Madden has Nick Herbig as a middle linebacker? Well, initially, when he was drafted, they were considering him at his size to be an inside linebacker as opposed to an outside linebacker. But when he started doing his pass rush moves, and when you look at his tape as a pass rusher, he's an outside linebacker. Guy is just his time getting off the line of scrimmage at the snap is elite. His bend is elite. He's got multiple pass rushes. He's got a much higher floor than just about any outside linebacker I've seen us draft. I mean, right now, like I have to say that I like his moves and where he is right now a little higher than Watt when he came in the league. Though I liked Watt, like, and we got him in the fourth round, end of the fourth round. Like that was a steal, absolute steal. And Golden's doing well on the other side. Golden gets a sack. I think Nick still had a TFL in that game. We got players. We got players at outside linebacker and at depth at outside linebacker this year. Bernie, you guys talking wide receiver? I like Sims. Why release? I don't know. I don't know why we released Sims other than I think he got injured this year. Now that I'm thinking back on it. Because I didn't see him play a whole lot in the preseason. So I think he might have gotten injured. Fool's gold for show. Considered preseason performance, especially this year. Competition gave us almost no snaps against all their best. Other than, Buffalo was probably the best that we saw against best. And we did do some good stuff against Buffalo. I think we had 2 drives against them. Sims couldn't stick on the Texans. Yeah, he might be available. He's a good route runner. He was a decent X, but I don't like him better than, like, if DJ Chark's available, I take DJ Chark. I do. Bernie. Yeah, Robert, I know he played well throughout, but he should have kept him. Another common personnel blunder who makes clutch first down deserves a chance. Tomlin is not an all-time great coach, but watch other games, watch other teams' in-game decisions, especially challenges. He's above the line. Yeah, I think he's better than, he's going to be considered an all-time great coach. Just because of his winning percentages. He's got to get better in the playoffs. Obviously, we know it's been a drought since we've had a playoff win. But you make another Super Bowl run, and that playoff record goes up tremendously. Why Tomlin take after Cowher and Knoll scheduling training camp scrimmages with other teams, 4 or 5 scheduled preseason games. We used to play and not schedule a scrimmage this year, yet only 3 games. I think the reasoning for trying to keep us out of scrimmages, and he said this in the preseason, was he didn't want any bad blood on the field. Because when you're scrimmage with other teams, fights happen. You got a new quarterback. You don't want anything bad to happen to your new quarterback. Maybe when he's got a couple years under him here with Kenny, we'll start doing some scrimmaging again with other teams. But you gotta factor in when you have scrimmages, fights are gonna happen. That's just the way it is. When you start practicing with another team, get chirping, they're alpha males, alpha dogs, gonna start fighting. If Sims couldn't crack the Texans roster, he never would have stuck here either. He's easily replaceable. You're not cutting back that. What's that, Bernie? Tomlin is better than average coach, yes, but like the Labs and Mike P, we agreed to disagree. We can always agree to disagree on my show. I think Herbig could play inside or outside. I agree. I definitely agree. I just think he'll be an elite pass rusher one day. Absolutely elite. Do you want to see more from yes. I love Anthony McFarland. I'm just so upset about how he gets hurt every year. My heart goes out to the kid. Good player, great player. So that's the way it goes. I'm so happy we got Herbig, especially after Detroit grabbed Campbell. Yes. Yeah, the draft just fell to us. Absolutely fell to us last year. Absolutely perfect draft. Would love for McFarland to stay healthy. Me too. The guy has all the talent in the world. All the talent in the world. He just can't stay healthy. And guys, I got to get going here. I'm going to tackle a couple more here from Instagram. Warren needs to be running back 1. Yep, we didn't talk about that yet, Eddie. Yep, we already talked about we're going to get rid of Canada. Bring back Eli Rogers. I loved Eli Rogers. That's a guy I would love to have back, and he can play X. He can play Y, and he can play X. What do you think of Wallace's play yesterday? I thought it was below the line, and I would rather have Porter playing there. Gotta go. Yeah, Canada. See you, Canada. Thanks for coming. I like what we're doing with the running back snaps, though. I like how they're spelling both backs. You're getting a different look from each back. One is a bit more like a tank with a big stiff arm. The other's a bit speedier, who's also gotten some side. A nice truck move there in the secondary as well. I love them both. It's a good problem to have. Like, we don't have to say you can only have one or the other. Why not both? And they're using both. And heck, when we had McFarland, we were using all 3 of them. Yeah, it's tough for these guys to look great because a lot of their big runs came off of broken plays or getting to the edge around the blocking. Oh, he had more than one good punt in that game. Plus, you had 3 great holds that a lot of people might have fumbled. That was a backwards roll. If you're worried about that one that bounced out of the roll, it had those kicks are called a backward roll or an Aussie roll. They're made to die where they hit the ground, and that one died. They kicked that intentionally to roll that way. So that's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting to roll sideways. Usually it rolls backwards toward the 5. I think right now Leftwich is the only offensive coordinator available. Shark is on Carolina. Thank you so much for letting me know, blog. I just really love DJ Chark. Should the Steelers play Broderick Jones at right tackle or left tackle? This is the last point I'm going to take here from Instagram before closing out. Because I wanted to talk about this a little bit. I'll tell you one thing that's gotten me more pissed off these last couple weeks than anything else was Moore saying, Jones, you make a great right tackle. And then Jones saying, yeah, I think I'd make a great right tackle. We don't go up in the draft in the first round to get a right tackle. To get the 3rd best tackle in the league or this draft and expect them to play right, guy should be a left tackle. That size, that athleticism, nowhere but left tackle. I'd be pissed if he becomes a career right tackle. Absolutely would be pissed and miffed. But that's the way it goes, guys. That's the way it goes. All right, guys, starting to close this out here. Let's see where we at. Bernie, no Cleveland scrimmages. Agree with that. Definitely agree with that, Bernie. Great show, Striker. Thank you, Miles. Thank you for making it great as well, man. Love your comments, as always. No, Warren doesn't. Great show as usual, Striker. Thank you so much, Cooley. I'll see you over there in the forum, my friend. Latest Striker, kill the Raiders. Hell yeah, Burns. Let's get this killed. Striker, your reason for no scrimmage because fights make it wasn't my reason. It was Tomlin's reason. Tomlin was the one that said it this year. Tomlin scheduled scrimmage past. Steelers need more preseason competition. But that was the answer that Tomlin. I was using Tomlin's words when asked that question this year. And then you look at some of the games and some of the preseason where people did fight. Some people get hurt in those things too. You're greedy, Striker. 2 running backs. Heck yeah. No, we got 3. I love all 3 of them. Go Steelers. Oh, I'll come back to you, Robert. Thank you. Is Tomlin now 1-7 his last challenges the last 5 years? I thought he was going to get that second one. Real time, I thought he had a shot at it. I just didn't see it. I wasn't sure if he had that first foot down, but that 3rd foot was definitely out of bounds. I was like, was that foot on the line? And it was on the line, but that was his 3rd foot. Jones will be left. Only Moore will go there first. Yep. As unacceptably horrible as Tomlin's in-game challenge record has been, that doesn't even factor in as many times as he should have thrown a challenge flag, but never did. Yeah. Armchair quarterbacks, we can always be upset with that. And that's one of my reasons why I think they should have a coach in the box strictly to watch those type of plays to see if we can challenge in those extents, in those circumstances, because you can. All right, guys, that's all the time we have on Strikers Inside Slant. Be sure to come over to Steeler Nation. Check out all of our awesome articles. Football Forum, we got a button there as well. Got button to the podcasts. A podcast over here at YouTube/Steeler Nation. We've got our own channel. Please subscribe to that. Subscribe to me. at SN Striker spelled with a Y. Why? Because I love the Steelers and I'm crazy like you guys are too about our team. You can follow Steeler Nation too. It's at Steeler Nation on X. It's Steeler Nation.com on Facebook and Instagram. And also come on over the tailgate, the terrible tailgate on game day. It's always 3 hours before kickoff. We open up right when the lots open. Caddy corner, closest lot. I think it's lot 5A. But it's caddy corner from PNC Park, from the closest corner to Acrisure Stadium. We're right there in that corner of the lot. All you can drink, all you can eat, $50. Got raffles. Ike swagging you. Taylor will be there signing autographs. I just got Jeff Reed's autograph on my bucket of popcorn for this past week's terrible tailgate. So guys, come on over, get your autographs, meet some players, meet us, talk to the writers and owners there at Steeler Nation, have a beer bong, have a great time. It's all there for you. We're all trying to make you guys have as much fun as you want. I think we're doing a terrible tailgate out in Las Vegas as well. So you can find that info also on SteelerNation.com. So please check that out as well. Until that time, guys, thank you so much for being on the show. And I will be rooting along with you as always. Go